Section 1. What is an array? An array is a collection of the same type of data types that can be stored under one name. Why should I use an array? An array allows you to perform the same operation on the same data while not creating multiple different variables. How do you traverse an array? You can traverse through an array using for loop or for each loop. Using the for loop minus instead of printing element by element, you can iterate the index using a for loop starting from 0 to length of the array, array name, length, and access elements at each index. Section 2. What is an array list? An array list is a resizable array, or a dynamic array. It grows its size to accommodate new elements and shrinks the size when the elements are removed. Why is an array list different from an array? The array is a specified length data structure, whereas ArrayList is a variable length collection class. How do you traverse an array list? Traversing an array list means iterating through each element in the list to access or manipulate its values. This is typically done using a loop construct such as a for or while loop, which allows you to repeatedly execute a block of code for each element in the array list. Why should I use an array list versus an array? An array list is a dynamic data structure that allows for the addition or removal of elements at any position in the list, whereas an array has a fixed size that cannot be changed once it is created. Array lists can also automatically resize themselves as needed, whereas resizing an array requires creating a new, larger array and copying the existing elements over. Section 3. What is a 2D array? A 2D array is a collection of data elements arranged in a grid-like structure with rows and columns. Why is a 2D array different from an array? An array is like a single line of elements, while 2D arrays are indexed by two subscripts, one for row and one for the column. Why is a 2D array different from an array list? A 2D array is a fixed size, rectangular grid of elements, where each element is accessed by specifying two indices, a row index and a column index. An array list, on the other hand, is a dynamic data structure that can grow or shrink in size, and each element is accessed by a single index. While both can be used to store collections of elements, they differ in their structure and flexibility. Why should I use a 2D array versus an array list? You should use a 2D array when you need to represent a grid or matrix of data with a fixed size, and the size of the data is known in advance. An array is appropriate when you need a fixed size collection of elements, and you know the maximum number of elements you will need in advance. An array list is best used when you need a collection of elements that can grow or shrink in size, and the size of the collection is not known in advance, or may change over time.
Okay. No. Yeah, there we go. Like that. Okay, good. No, ready. There you go. There you go.
Is it running?
Yeah, good. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Are you leaving?
Yeah. Read it.
Okay.
How does it do that?
Of course.
Thank you.